By order of the Council of the Keepers, you must come with us. Garrett, be reasonable. Logic dictates...
Leave.
But we must...
Now.
Has your wealth of knowledge grown so vast that you've lost all hunger for more? Is there no more trust between us then?
Let's make this fast.
My hand is copper, my brow is lead. Suffer me in a red patina swept along in a molten flow to a sad eternity. My stride interrupted, my thoughts untimed. My tears are become drops of silver that shatter the crystalline fern. I plead the wind to sweep us away.
Nice poem.
Not poetry, prophecy. The Metal Age is upon us.
I picked the gilded apple from the iron tree. I wipe the rust from my brow.
Iron trees? Not in my part of town.
Find the humor if you must. But can you tell me truly, Garrett, are there any trees in your part of town? I will answer for you. There are not.
Destiny and danger are still focused on the one, the renegade who is both brethren and betrayer.
Well, you got the danger part right anyway. Tell you what, you keepers can plant a few shrubs about town and I'll take care of me. I'll find my own way home.
You're a fool! Do you not understand what is at stake?
Did you not hear the interpreter's words?
Yes, Keeper Orland, he has heard. Do not despair. Let me go after him, alone. Not to persuade, but to leave the door open between us. One more moment, if you will, Garrett.
One moment.
You have trouble, my friend. Danger from someone who hired Truart to kill you.
Yes?
Then take this. The sooner you are done with your business, the sooner you will help us.
Don't count on it.
My heart it ceases, my breath undrawn, my eyes forever focused
on the sanguine metal dawn.
I headed back to my safe house and kept thinking about the letter. I know they're trying to manipulate me, but keepers never alter the truth. Just keep it in the shadows. Besides, it's not like I got a lot of leads anyway.
If you seek the private knowledge of the sheriff, go to the Eastport Mechanist Seminary tomorrow night. With stealthy discretion, overhear what you may at a certain very timely meeting.
Looks like I have something useful to learn from a seminary for a change. There are 2 open towers and some back doors which might be helpful for getting in. The catacombs below the church could be another way in, but I'd rather not tread where the dead sleep. The meeting will most likely take place in some sort of conference hall. There's no guarantee that I'll even be able to get inside, but all I need to do is get close enough to listen at the door. I better pull this off quickly and find a new hideout before the bulldogs get my scent. This situation does have one advantage. Things can't get any worse. Who could hire someone like the sheriff to kill me?
All right, so this is Eavesdropping, our first real look at the Mechanists. Now, it was interesting in that cutscene there that with them in the library. Not only is this really the first glimpse of the Keeper library that we've had in the whole series, but there's also a pretty strong reference to the story of the third game, so they must have had that all planned out by this point. In the first game, really the only clue to the second game, just as in a throwaway reference at the very, 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 very end of the last cutscene. So, you know, it's just kind of, they could have been anything that they were referencing, although they may or may not have had this whole story planned out, I don't know. But they clearly had the third story planned out, and I think that they kind of stuck to what they were originally planning. But anyway, let's begin with this. So, we need to overhear the sheriff's conversation and get 1,200 in loot. It's kind of interesting that the Mechanist seminary is in a place that was once the Hammerite Cathedral, because, the Mechanists are a cult, or a whatever you call them. I guess I'll just call them a cult, a sect, maybe, of the Hammerites. And it's interesting because there's still that a Hammerite burial area, like a Hammerite tomb beneath the cathedral. So it's kind of a metaphor, right? Because they're being built upon the dead of the Hammerites, kind of like the Mechanists are standing atop the fallen Hammerite religion, you know. Anyway, don't kill anyone, and get back out the front gate when you're done. We can do that, and once more, we are not going to spend our money. Pausing a second to listen. Everything good? Okay. Now, sometimes when you start this mission, since you land there on the metal, sometimes there'll be a AI up there who will hear you, and clearly that wasn't the case this time, thankfully. She heard me, though, or saw me. We'll listen to this conversation just a bit. I want to get to a little... I want to wait just a little bit, because this big machine thing is going to be coming back at us, and I'll quick save and quick load so we can hear it more properly. So I'm talking over him at the moment just because I want you to have to wait and hear it twice. Because when that thing comes past, it'll be too noisy for us to really properly hear this conversation. Excuse me. But when I first played this game and saw these AI, these combat bots, the children of Karis, they just freaked the crap out of me. It's obvious that they're just reskinned versions of the combat, or the security bots, rather, from System Shock 2. They move exactly the same, they fight exactly the same, but they just have a very, very unique and awesome style to them. I love the way they look, with that galvanized bronze or whatever, and all the fancy engravings and stuff. Let's listen.
I tell thee, for thou art my friend, that I wish the children of Karis were more mild-seeming.
Thou'rt not the first to be afeard of them, though their visage is wrought to strike terror into the enemies of Karas, or those who might consider becoming enemies.
Well, and it might, for it near strikes terror into mine own heart.
Thinkest thou thine own soft body of leaky flesh and wheezing gases is glorious to the eyes of the builder? Nay, 'tis thy soul that is the only thing of any worth. So 'tis with the children of Karas, for they are the blessed and immortal heirs of the builder, while I and thou are but the paltry tools that forged them.
As thou sayest.
What a fool. Karas would be well rid of that one.
Yeah, what a jerk. Kind of gives you a little glimpse into what kind of people the Mechanists are. Adds a layer of... Because we've heard so much about how they've changed things, and some say for the better, some say for the worse. I'm trying to hear if there's a conversation going on here. Or just an AI blabbering, I don't know. Oh, crap. Damn it. They can get past there if I'm fast. But... because I don't want to... otherwise I have to wait for him to turn around and come with him. Although I probably would have been able to do it in this amount of time that I've instead wasted reloading. But yeah, I don't think that there's a conversation going on there. At least I hope not. And you don't hear any footsteps. Normally the 1.19 patch, as I mentioned... damn it! Fixes that bug of there being no footsteps most of the time. But in this case, it's just because there's no footsteps sound set for... I'll just follow him. Screw it. There's just no footsteps sound set for Moss, for Garrett, or anyone else, so that's why there's no sound. It's not because of any bug or anything. There just isn't anything set for it.
Sure
Otherwise, you think
it'd
sound like this ground here, which is kind of soft and crunchy. But this is some of the quietest kind of surface. Anyway, but these children of Karis, pretty freaking awesome. Freaked me out when I was a teenager and I played this for the first time. I love the way that their voices are basically made up of what sounds like a phonograph. Like a small selection of phrases or words that they combine for different situations to say different things. I think that's such a brilliant concept. And it's appropriate for the steampunk setting, you know? I mean, of course, something like that, a robot made just of gears and simple clockwork would be infinitely more complicated than what could really be done with those kinds of materials, but they make it a little more believable with the idea that it's just that it doesn't really fully think for itself, or at least it can't speak. It just is a set of pre-made recordings working, which is kind of appropriate because that is sort of how it works really for these AI. You know, these AI can't think. They're just a set of pre-made responses that just play out when appropriate. So I think it's kind of cool. Whoop. And we're going to be going down to these catacombs here. If it seems like I kind of know what I'm doing at the moment, that's because I did a little bit of a test here, where I was going to record, but it didn't go quite as well as I wanted to, so we're going to be doing this again. Oh, nothing there. Should have known that. Nothing over here. And in here we see a haunt, kind of like the one we saw down in the jail underneath Shoals Gate. Except for this one will actually kick your ass if it sees you, so don't let it see you. I came down here looking for this holy symbol, and I figured this holy symbol would do something to kill the AI over there, but it doesn't do crap. I don't know what it does. If you know what the holy symbol does, please let me know, unless it comes to light as I'm playing. I don't know. I do not recall at all. So, here's your good old Hammerite torture chamber. It's funny because the fact that the mechanists are a cult and they're like the Hammerites but different. Oh, are there two of them? I thought there was only one. Apparently there's two. I could just kill him from behind with a single smack over the head with my sword, but if I can sneak, I'll give it a shot. I think I may have missed some loots over here though. And also I'd like to unlock this door just in case. Oh, damn it. There's a conversation going on. Don't want to miss it.
And help thee untangle things.
I would be most grateful. Couldst thou help?
Okay, we'll do that a little differently. So, I'll unlock that, and then reload, so we get to hear the full conversation. Alright. Because I like this conversation. I like all these conversations. I like to hear as much of this stuff as possible. I was going to talk about something. Oh yeah, I mean, because the Hammerites did torture people, and it's debatable whether or not the mechanists are worse or not, really. You get gas lamps again. Okay, let's try this over.
A pox upon it! Never shall I finish my design. The springs and gears conspire and confound me.
Calm, friend, calm. On the morrow, let me come by thy workbench and help thee untangle things.
I would be most grateful, couldst thou help?
'Tis nothing. Think on it as the copper and tin mingle to make the stronger bronze, so dost we each mingle and flow together in Karis' forge to make stronger as well.
Thou art wise.
'Tis Karis who is truly wise. His bounty and the machines we construct shall help all of humanity in the coming times, and all shall know his wisdom.
I will be glad to have this wretched task behind me, that I might move to a more profitable position.
She has nothing snarky to say about him. Wonder if they'll see the haunt and go kick his ass. That'd be nice. And this is another one of those gas lamps that can be reignited if it's frobbed by the AI or by myself. And there's another kind of child of Karis. It wasn't done in here yet, though. I think that there's some more around here that I may have missed. I've already looked in there. I'm pretty sure there must be something over here, though, since I wasn't over here. Ah, here we go. Gotta be some more loot. I think I saw a body over there. It's coming around. Which way is it going to turn? Why is there a bed, like a cot, on top of that? I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, it's debatable whether or not the mechanists are a step up or a step down from the Hammerites. But everything, I don't know if it's exaggerated or not, because you still see this that torture chamber there, but it seems in general like the game is trying to make the Hammerites seem like the good old boys. You know, like, oh man, these mechanists are such jerks. Wasn't it? Do you remember the Hammers? Those guys were pretty awesome, huh? And it kind of takes that route, or at least it seems to me. Which is funny because the Hammerites are far from innocent, and in a lot of ways are worse than the mechanists. It's just that the mechanists happen to have kind of a scheme, and they're mostly just jerks to each other, but less jerks to your average guy. But does that make them in any way better than the Hammerites, or really worse? I don't know. It's debatable. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be that much thought put into it or not, but I'm putting my thought into it because that's how I roll, and yeah, that is how I roll. I like to roll with the thinking. Okay, well, let's go this way since we already opened this up. Otherwise I'll miss what's down here, because I'll forget. Like I did the first time I played this game. The first time I played this game, I came down here, but I missed something very important. Okay. Aw, they've got like poetry and hymns. Yeah, so they've got a big boner for this Karis guy, and they think he's the best thing ever. As much as this game makes it seem like Karis invented all this stuff, personally, I think that Karis is, in my mind anyway, he's kind of like Thomas Edison, which is to say, he's credited as being a genius, but in reality, he just employs a bunch of smart people and then takes credit for all their inventions. Tesla is totally better than Edison. So, yeah. Tesla was the real genius. Edison was just an entrepreneur who knew how to profit from other people's ideas.
It's no big secret that the mechanists are the ones supplying Sheriff Truart with those machines.
Is it coming this way? No, okay, we're good. Alright. Now, I missed this when I first played this game. Oop. I love the way that these AI have little sayings that they do. Let's read this scroll first. So, this is explaining that water destroys the builder's children. That is these children of Karis. Yeah. It's funny because it says that thunderstorms could be a problem, although I think later on in a mission we see the builder's children out when it's raining. I think. Maybe I'm mistaken on that. Because he wants this cultist guy to fix the problem, but apparently he never does. Okay, maybe he does fix their inability to handle rain, and that's why later on they are able to handle rain at least. But yeah, I'll demonstrate that in just a second here. Oh, look at that. There's the key right there, which I already have, so screw you. Oh, and these guys are completely blind, unless they hear you. Observe, see, he doesn't see me, but now he sees me. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. They can't see unless they touch you or hear you. Okay, let me demonstrate. So, he's got a glowing boiler. Oh, come on, I missed. Come on. Come on. Damn it. There we go. Yep. So, a simple water arrow destroys these guys instantly, and for the combat bots it takes 2 of them. Now, when I first played this game, I did not find that note, so the entire game, I played the whole game without ever realizing there was a simple way to kill those things. Otherwise, I thought that the only way was by... I'll come back down here for this later. Yep. Okay. Alright, so we need to mold and... yeah. We'll come back to that later. We haven't heard about that yet. But anyway, I went through the whole game without ever realizing that, and let me tell you, the game was a lot scarier for me because of that. Because these friggin' children of Karis were like these beastly things. They truly were iron beasts because they were so hard to kill. And the most terrifying thing for me was to hear one, and I would just freeze up and hide instinctively, and press against walls, and I was terrified. And it's too bad that they have such a... I mean, from a gameplay perspective, it's good that they have a weak point since they are so powerful, you know? I mean, everything else has a way to be knocked out or incapacitated pretty easily once you know the trick, but it really ruins the tension. And once you know what it takes, it's so easy. How about that? Well, we gotta hurry up though, because otherwise we're gonna be late to hear the seminar. This is very... You have to be careful in your timing, or else you'll miss it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You can't actually miss the seminar. The seminar will wait for you. But it's funny because immediately as soon as you get to the place to listen, and there were like 2 places to listen, I believe. Apparently, I'm going toward the indoor one. But once you get to that place, and all of a sudden it's midnight or something. Where are we going? Okay, not there yet. We're going through this place very sloppily. Man, I'm just all over the place. Ugh. I like to go through things kind of in a methodical way, but I'm really making a mess of this one. A lot of noisy floors and stuff here. I really should... Maybe I should go outside and find a place to listen out there, so then I can come inside and do everything at wherever. But I don't want to possibly... I don't want to possibly miss it because I went through things... Well, I can't really miss it unless I hear it and then walk away, but... God damn it. I apologize for this. This is kind of embarrassing.
I'm ready for thee. Be thou there?
No. Awesome laughter. And something's got knocked over. So they don't really care too much about the Hammerites. That's funny. This one is obviously a recent burial, and yet it's got a Hammerite tombstone. Isn't that odd? Some of these are objects, and some of these are just brushes, and as usual, you can tell with a good old sword test. Okay, that's actually an object. Huh. Maybe I just ate my words. Yeah, these are all objects. I really thought that was a brush for some reason. But, yeah, all objects. Not that it really matters. I was just curious. We'll wait for this guy to pass by. I believe if that's not the place I need to go to listen, then I think that is the place, though. It's somewhere like that, anyway. This is a pretty neat mission. I once played Reloaded mission based off of it, which is a fan mission that takes an existing mission, either from another fan-made or fan author, or from an official mission like this one, and then reuses the level's geometry to create a new mission. And this one was kind of pretentious and sort of stupid, but, you know, neat. Alright, here we go.
Not disturbing. I can hear the meeting just fine from out here.
Perfect timing. Now I'll be quiet.